it was a fun exercise coming up with this stuff. We're still in the middle of it, but give me another week or so, and this thing will be ready to go. And apparently, we are working from home and living in our homes exclusively for.
It is not gonna end in 1 week.
No, it's not going to end in a month.
No, it's
they're talking about rebounds of this thing in the fall, and
yeah. Well,
Yep.
at least we have D&D to distract us.
Correct.
Look, like we started out, we're lucky. We can work. We can play D&D. We should keep that ball rolling as long as we can.
Yep.
Yeah.
I agree. Gene, Matt, how's it going? Matt, you had like a special dinner tonight or something? What happened there?
Yeah, we got a delivery from Canlis, which is one of the best restaurants in Seattle. They're doing a thing where they just kind of turn their kitchen into deliver family meals sort of thing. It was delicious. They made some wonderful meatballs. Yeah, it was really nice.
Where did you have to call in early? Because we did that sort of thing with Metropolitan Grill yesterday.
They've got a website where you can kind of schedule it days in advance.
Oh yeah, and they have like they only make one thing that night. You got to sign up for the thing. Okay.
Yep. Yeah, that's the deal. Yeah.
Cool. Gene,
Yeah, it was nice.
where's the pug?
Pug is with his mother.
Okay.
When he comes by, I'll lift him.
Okay.
But yeah, I've been.
We need the +1 morale bonus from the pug.
It's understandable.
Yes.
Well, by the time we get to combat, I'm sure he'll visit.
No.
But,
real life morale bonus from the pug.
Well, yeah. Now, even he's actually going crazy because he is missing his friends from daycare, where he spends a lot more energy than he does at home.
Yeah.
So, like, we play with him as much as we can, but it's not the same as like a bunch of puppies playing with him, who is also a puppy. So it's he's sleeping well, but it is pretty clear that he's like, feeling cooped up. Like, we're going on longer walks, as much as we can, but that's also limited somewhat because a lot of people are. So
You're like, stay away!
Everybody's a fundraiser worker and a marathon runner now, right? Everybody's a long distance runner.
Yeah.
Stay
or
the
a
fuck home!
short distance smoker. In the case of Othello Station.
Right.
A lot of people are now smoking.
Short distance smoker. A whole family smokers. I'm not a smoker, so I am
Right.
+1 for making fun of smokers. Because they have tortured me and likely,
Shorten your life and shit.
Yeah.
Oh, understandable.
Oh, just crack the window! I remember that fucking bullshit when you were a kid. It's like, I'm dying back here. But the window's open. A crack. Smoker logic.
Funniest kid commentary ever is I can't fart, but you can smoke.
That's funny. With that, why don't we shift over to doing a recap of what happened last game. Last game was called All Aboard the Crazy Train. Aboard the Cactus Express, the party deals with the unstable Queen's physician. Later, they find that the blood veil disease has spread amongst the passengers and the skeleton crew alike. The chief engineer succumbs to the disease in his sleep, and the jerks emeritus are called upon to help pilot the train itself. And last game we played, the train was coming into Grand Station. I'm going to post, if I can find it somewhere, the link that I had to some art that was the inspiration behind Grand Station itself. Actually, OneNote is crashing on me, so I will post that later. Basically, there are these really high, almost like suspension bridges, or these massive woodworks that are suspending a train track that seems to lead off into the sky. Right now, the portal is open as the Cactus Express is coming into the vicinity of Grand Station. Grand Station is a series of mountains around which cities and fortresses and high up some palaces are built. You come winding your way down into the city itself. The senior engineer Jopus makes a few comments about how good thing that he's here.
Yeah, these real tracks can get a little tricky, you know.
He's kind of like trying to edge the professor out of the way because he doesn't want to maybe make it look like that you guys were the ones that were piloting and touching the train.
I was slowly in shock of the whole ordeal of trying to pilot this thing backwards.
+1 morale bonus to streamers and the chat alike. Oh, he's so cute. All right. Jopus,
Yeah, don't worry, we'll get you in. Looks like they got us going all the way into Grand Station itself. The station, you know.
You guys do start coming into the city. From your vantage point, there are some portholes at the side, and you can kind of see the city as you're going in. There are a few ominous black fires. They don't look like they don't look like the city is like on fire or anything like that. But like there's like a couple of suspicious and large controlled burns that are not usual in the landscape. There seems to be one in the Slough district.
Does Song's very sensitive nose detect any good burning, or is it all bad?
Well, inside the train does have a particular kind of like ozone smell in the room where you guys are sitting. We're on the Cactus Express map right now, so you haven't left the train yet. He's kind of explaining to you what you realize is that you guys might not be in charge of which switches and tracks you're actually going to go into the city on. Right now, he's exclaiming that you're on the main track and that you're going towards Grand Station, but there may be ways to manipulate where the train goes directly. As you start to approach the main level, the plateau level of Grand Station, he's like,
"Oh, that's curious. They got us on a cattle run."
and you notice that you don't go into the area where you guys have boarded the train before, where passengers get on and off. You seem to be kind of going off to the side and into like an underground area in the side of the mountain.
Looks like they think we're a cargo train.
Oh, they're clearing trains incoming for sick passengers.
You did catch a glimpse that it does look like the Grand Station itself might be closed. And the street in front of Grand Station seemed eerily empty.
We should probably come up with a plan to get off this thing. I have the distinct feeling that there will be guards waiting for us when this stops, and I rather don't want to explain or a gesture behind.
You mean those guards?
You can see as you're slowly coming into the station,
Who are those assholes?
says Jopus, and I'm just going to put some tokens down. You do see some guards milling about like they were waiting for the train to come in.
We can always go out the top if we have to.
Yes, flies and invisibilities, shall we?
What about just a dimension door?
There were 4 Turk guards. These are guards that are probably expected as they're part of the Transether Rail Company. They might search. They might search the train or be positioned here to on regular duties. There are some station soldiers, and there are a lot of them. There are 8 station soldiers dressed in breastplate. They've got halberds and morning stars. There's somebody in a plague doctor's mask.
Quickly, back to our cabin. Let's gather our things and be off this place, shall we?
And
That sounds wise.
there is a strange woman knight that is standing there talking to the plague doctor and sort of like watching the train come in on the landing. The place where they're waiting for is on the area where obviously the passengers would come off. Like they're expecting to intercept someone or they're waiting for something. You've never seen the heraldic dress of this woman knight, and only recently have seen a plague doctor.
Does it look like we can fly? Does it look like there's a place for us to fly in such a way that we can avoid them?
So as the train comes in, there is a landing that is all flat, adjacent to several other tracks that are empty. That place you could fly out, but they're going to see you fly out. And on the other side, it seems like there is a series of ramps, perhaps for cattle and cargo to go off of. So on the right-hand side, you might be going into like warehouses.
You're looking for a way off, huh?
Yes, we do not want to be seen by anybody.
Go through the cattle cars. There ain't no cows on this train. You'll have to go through the cattle maze, but you'll get out the other side.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jopus.
Yeah. Thanks. I'll probably be rewarded for this.
Let
Well
me just
deserved.
see. I've got some coins, right? I have 2,440 Zollars. So I'll give him $5 as a thank you.
Just tip for saving his job for him.
What's this for?
For pointing us to a direction to get off this train without going through the crowd over there.
He kind of waves you off like that's nothing, but he does stuff the $5 underneath his beard.
Does knowledge nobility or knowledge local station tell me anything about the Grey Maiden? And those guards?
So yeah, Pharisee is kind of pushing herself up against the porthole and having a look out. Give me one roll for which one are you looking for?
Station. I'll just do the take 10 on that one with Bardic Knowledge. 25.
Which group of soldiers are you trying to learn about?
Oh, the Grey Maiden.
Got it.
I think she's the most interesting one there. She seems to be leading probably these station soldiers.
I wonder if she's one of these inquisitors.
What was the total?
25.
Pharisee has. This is something new. But Pharisee with a 25 heard a rumor amongst the 1,000 rumors that you heard during the death of the king, of the sovereign king, and the rise of the sovereign queen, that Queen Iliosa was hand-picking female soldiers from various organizations across Grand Station.
Wonderful.
You don't know for what purpose, but you're now thinking like as some sort of like sovereign
Personal
guard
bodyguard
or
sort of thing.
personal bodyguard. Yeah. This person is imposing, impressive. She does have what looks like a well-made sword hanging from her belt, a bastard sword, if you will. Her
One of the Queen's representatives.
Her armor is of a quality that could be enchanted. And the guards, you could just kind of, you quickly look at that. Your sense motive's pretty good, right?
My sense motive sucks. It's +8.
She's in charge here.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Or the Plague Doctor. The Plague Doctor is standing off to the side, though. Like, from a military chain of command, it's weird to see that this person is in charge.
Yes, I think we should go unless we want to have a conversation.
No, quickly, come on now.
Yeah.
Thanks for the drink. Zephyros, you hear Makronom?
Oh, I'm not feeling so good.
What's wrong, Makrona?
Oh, I feel like I'm gonna puke.
Is it? Do I need to be quick to get us somewhere? Do I need to rush Makrona?
No, it's not an emergency yet, but I don't feel so good.
Does Son hear this?
Yep.
Son waves Zephyros over. Let's get off here. I'll take a look at him.
Okay, so you guys are moving to
Thank you, son.
what train car are you guys leaving?
I think we'll have to stop to gather our belongings, and then probably per the instructions of the door, go back to the cattle car where our buddy Branch is sleeping.
Okay, so you turn around. For the first person you run into is Oogway. Oogway wasn't part of that conversation. Have we arrived?
Yes, we need to be going quickly. Back to gather our things and out the cattle car. No questions right now, thank you. As
You
I
may
try,
not have been expected. You may have been expected, so you may want to chat with them. You may not.
I will collect the prisoner.
I'll
Yes.
cast invisibility on myself silently.
He sees you turning invisible and being all panicked. Is there a problem?
We probably don't want to talk to the guards.
Well, there won't be a problem if we move quickly enough, will there?
Oogway lets out this long sigh and then starts following you guys.
Makronom, quick question, buddy. When you say you're feeling ill, are you feeling ill for not eating or for not keeping?
Oh, I don't know. It doesn't feel so good.
Well, I'll just stay back.
You can see that the Templar Major is like packing a bag or something like that. Like the door is slightly ajar as you guys are hustling by. He does look up and see you leave.
I'll give him a little tip of the cap. I don't have a cap, but I'll...
Yep. He grins slightly, but he does not move to stop all of you.
Yeah. He has plenty of time if he wants to do something about us.
All right, you pass a very sick car where there's a lot of moaning soldiers and people who have the blood veil. You go into the back room. You can see a couple of the soldiers that you talked to before were actually kind of trying to move their way up this way. There was the one uppity one that was about to say something to all of you, and his buddy kind of like, no, let him, don't mess with them kind of thing. You do pass by Ched Erncaster. This was Ludo's rival from his time in Bostera. Ched, you could see, is like sitting back and aghast at Bombus, who is like spitting up blood. The chair beside him.
None of you a healer, are you?
I'm gonna take a little bit of a wide pass on that, of course.
Yep.
For sure.
Any healers?
Wait, who asked that?
Lots of healers in town. I think the authorities are right outside, waiting to help.
Oh, authorities. Oh, nice.
I could leave. No, Bombus, you stay there. And you quickly pass by their little quarrel of what they're gonna do next. You can see the Turk conductor Glark has come to the realization he's cooked way too much food, and he's already arrived in station. And you could see him like trying to put things away. Oh, I accidentally made too many tarts. Would you care for one?
There are some guards outside that look hungry. I think they'll be very happy to see you.
Yes, on a god's salary, they'd never be able to afford lemon meringue.
Mm.
And
I'm googling that right now.
Or guards.
Oh. Lemon meringue's awesome.
Okay. There's plenty
looks
of
pretty
cakes
cool.
and foodstuffs that you could pilfer or pinch. Let me know if you do.
Yeah, nah.
You pass through.
I don't think any of us trust.
We
I'm
want
gonna social distance this place.
You pass through the eating cart. You then go through the drink cart.
we'll swipe booze from this, though, I think.
Okay. All right. There are 2d4 bottles of whiskey that you could grab. There are 4 bottles of whiskey. There are 4 bottles of potato grain alcohol.
Are they sealed?
Yeah. I'm assuming that's what you were
Yeah.
going after.
Yeah. We'll only pick something that's not.
The unseen servant will grab a bottle of whiskey, and the professor will stash it in his robes. In
Okay.
the wall.
That is a lot of sealed bottles of alcohol, though, for a bar.
Yep.
Like
They're in boxes underneath the bar. You are walking into the bar area and robbing them if you're taking that many.
right.
I mean, I'll take one.
Okay.
I'm not
You do see
Cirrus is not
when
taking
when you're back there, Professor. You do find a beautiful bottle. It's like they went through like a special glass crafter to make it. You find this bottle of orange vineyard cognac.
Ooh, yes. I like that.
I don't think we should be taking too much of their stuff.
Oh, sorry, I just couldn't help it. My mouth is a bit dry after all that driving and not getting us killed. So.
Oh, I think they owe us for saving this train.
Indulge an old man.
But we don't have a lot of time.
Yes, of
In-
course, let's be going.
Oogway does say, "Indeed, you did well at bringing the train safely in the station."
Oh, Oogway, you're still back there. Thank you.
But we best be quick to get off.
All right, finally you get into the personal quarter car where you do see Ra Raza. Oogway chats briefly with Ra Raza, who is gathering up his equipment and belongings. They shake hands while you guys duck into your quarters to grab your belongings and critters as well. Are you taking the bronze cage with the dead cacofiend inside of it? I'm assuming you're grabbing Frilled Surprise and all the eggs and the JE door.
I do want to take the tar-blooded Titan spawn head.
Okay. Are you taking lozenge?
Lozenge?
The cacophene.
Oh, I don't think so.
If we're leaving it, let's leave it not in our room, but like
In somebody else's room.
back in the cattle car, near where the battle took place.
Fair enough.
Okay, are you taking the bronze cage?
Did we want that? Where did we even have that from?
You guys
I
had
think
that.
we found it in a cart somewhere.
You guys had that from Spider's Lair, where the Mocking Fae was inside of, and then you used it for the Frilled Surprise for a while, and then you used it to keep Lozenge inside of it. So you've had this
Who was
cage.
carrying it?
Balamut and San were.
Yeah, I don't know if Son wants it or not.
I don't.
The professor's not gonna.
Certainly not after the fucking.
Okay, so you just toss it into one of the other rooms, is what you're saying?
No, carry it to the
cattle car.
cattle car. Yeah.
Okay, you're passing through some other shared passenger sleepers, and you can hear a very sick Serathis kind of moaning from one of the rooms. This is the bartender.
I mean, I'm gonna walk by.
Okay.
Zephyrus is going to walk by too. He's not going
May
to stop.
nature bless him.
Oh, good. Oh.
And you, Marthanam.
Can any of you help me? You can see he's in bed, and he's got like a handkerchief, and he's sort of wiping like tears of blood from his bloodshot eyes.
We are in station, and help is on the way.
Okay. Thank you.
I should hope.
He's so dead.
Oh yeah.
Just keep going.
Oh yeah.
You
Right.
could hear some yawning. He's sort of scratching himself as his hair is all disheveled. He comes stumbling out of the bags of kibble where he's been resting for the last few days. Hello there.
You're still here?
What do you mean I'm still here? Oh, you are where you are.
It's time to be going. We can't be here anymore. So I suggest you be somewhere else.
It's a good time for going.
Indeed.
Hmm.
Are there any windows we can look out of before we just open the door on the side of this thing?
Yeah, you could see some slits in the side of the cattle car, and yeah, you have pulled up to what looks like a big ramp that leads down to a narrow, flat area, and there is a big open barn door. You immediately smell like the smell of hay and faint manure, and you can kind of see into where the door leads, and it looks like a maze of like barred fences, kind of an industrial cattle herding area. Like you could walk through it, but it's made to kind of like think of the places where you line up at
The queues,
theme
yeah.
parks and queues. Yeah, it's like a queuing system for livestock, and it's this big warehouse. You don't see any cattle or people in the warehouse, and it looks kind of dark. A little bit of light is peeking in from outside, but it might be a good place for you to cut through.
Do we see like guards or anything on the platform? Or
On the right side of the platform, you don't see any guards at the moment.
What about? Oh, okay.
The train shutters, like some sort of lock, or like you've stopped forward motion altogether, and you can hear some steam, like a steam whistle almost.
Shall we? I'll say as I proceed to open the door very quietly.
I think so, yes.
Are we going to do invisibility spells before we go out there?
Way ahead of you on that one. I'll say as I peek my head out to see if there's anybody around.
Okay,
Zephyrus
so
will cast
you're
invisibility
taking
himself.
off the bar then, like kind of opening up the barn doors. I guess Oogway is, some of the muscle is doing that. Oogway is starting to take off the bar. Yeah, his dreadlocked mane kind of like pokes out of the area. You don't see any guards this way, and he just sort of hops from the train onto the landing.
Zephyrus casts invisibility on himself because Makranum's small.
Okay.
I'll cast it on myself as well, since I don't want to be the only visible one.
Well, you won't be. Yeah, Son just hops after Ugway. He has
Son doesn't have invisibility?
No, where we have it from.
Okay, so Zephyrus can use arcane points to recall a spell that he's already cast. It'll cost him. It's 2 points. I think it's the number of points equal to the spell level. So I have 12 arcane points, and invisibility is a 2nd level spell. So it'll cost me 2 arcane points, and then Son is invisible.
Okay.
Is anybody else still visible?
Ugway and the full prize.
Branch is, but Branch turns into some sort of like ferret.
Zephyrus will spend 2 more points and make Oogway invisible.
And just kind of goes into the into the cattle grounds. Okay, Oogway turns invisible. Yeah, he was trying to hide, but he rolled a 13, and that's not very good.
Perhaps I should just make Makranum invisible as well.
Oh.
6 points, and Mocrinum is invisible as well.
Oh, not feeling so good.
Gotta hold it in a little bit more, Mocrinum.
Mocrinum currently has 2 con damage and 3 charisma damage.
Ooh. You're not looking very well, my friend.
Oh, it's leaking.
What is leaking, Mocrinum?
My insides.
We should be quick. We need to get him to medical attention. I believe there were some healers on the...
The place for eating is leaking into the place for keeping.
That's not
Oh,
good.
that's bad. We're going to need to get some things out of there.
Don't worry, I'll keep your stuff safe. I'll make it leak into the other places.
Thank you, Mocrinum.
I appreciate that.
Let's get going.
All the same, you might want us to keep the other places' contents safe while this is clearing up.
I don't think it's a good idea for me to conjure up anything.
You're probably right.
The stuff for keeping might come out with the stuff for eating.
I can't say it hasn't happened to all of us, but yes.
Oh.
Let's hurry.
Can you go invisible,
I
Ferrisek?
am.
Oh, are
I
you
am.
invisible?
Oh
Okay.
yes. Let me put the marker on.
Okay, the group of you leave the cattle car. You can hear Oogway actually closing the door behind all of you.
Nice.
It doesn't. Well, I guess it's a cattle car. It probably can be manipulated from both sides. He does put a latch on it, and then you guys go into this area where obviously it's kind of a holding area for livestock either coming to or fro, and you can see some big barn-like doors at the back of this warehouse. Bostera, at least the places around the town of Bostera, could be used for grazing. It's not all the harshest of deserts. Grand Station's it's a big city. It does rely on trade to the other pearls to keep running. You guys start picking your way through this big warehouse. It's easy to go through some of the gates. You either just sort of push them open because they're all kind of like on hinges, like the maze could change. But there's a main lane in the middle, and there's side pens, and some of it's kind of maze-like. You just kind of push them over, or you climb through, or some of you are big enough to step over, and manage to get yourselves to the back barn-like doors. You can hear some people up ahead, and the growl of something very large. I like it when it does that. See?
Don't anger it. It's fucking weird.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that was a pretty close call. Why don't we go poke the bird bear?
Yeah.
Son, watch forward.
Okay, it's not quite the barn doors where you could kind of see where there's like an outdoor area where like cows could be separated and that sort of thing. It's actually through another set of barn doors, and it leads down a little bit, and you get the smell of like animal urine that is a little bit more pungent than the cow dung. You might be actually walking into like some sort of like area where cages are kept, and there are two, how should we say, assholes that are poking at creatures that are in cages. And I'm going to draw a map for you guys. I might just draw a new map. Quick map, cobblestone. We'll call it holding pens. Rename station holding pens. I'm going to grab all of your tokens. Oops.
I see us.
All right. First, I need the two guys that are poking at the pens.
It goes on forever.
Whoa.
There's so many 5-foot squares. I don't even see our characters anymore.
It's Bebo in Rocksteady. Holy shit.
Oh god. I've navigated so far away from where the characters are.
And then I'm going to draw some walls and some pens.
Is Branch coming with us, even though he's not invisible?
Branch
He turned into a
is.
ferret.
He turned into a ferret. He is. He might not even be with you guys right now. He might have skittered.
Okay.
He might have skittered off. All right, so the doors that you guys are, or that Son is about to saunter into, Branch is maybe beelining for a different exit. All right, we've got some cages. On some creatures inside the cages. The creature that these two thugs that look like they're going to go and poke is a very, very large bear specimen. Nope, not a bear, because it has a very angry owl-like face and feathers coming from underneath its armpits and some strategic plumage.
I was kind of hoping for a man, bear, pig. But I'll have to do.
And then there's a creature that can be described as a very sick-looking panther.
Is Luke's video frozen?
Yep.
Yeah, my video's frozen.
You're a ventriloquist.
You're sitting exceptionally still.
I also disappeared for a moment to use the washroom.
Wow, ventriloquist it is.
All right, one of the guys looks sort of like a anthropomorphic hippo. The other is an anthropomorphic rat, although the rat is pretty muscular. They look like they've grabbed some sort of like prongs, like a cattle prod, and the cattle prod actually has a little bit of a like an electric shock at the end of it, like it might actually be a magic item. And listen to it squawk. The thing, it does have some ropes around it, but it is swiping at the cage, and this gif goes flailing back from it. He's wearing studded leather. He does have a really big battle axe on his, or like a great axe on his back, and they have some sort of like ritualistic tattooing, or at least he does. The rat is wearing spiked breastplate. He's got a heavy flail that he's just got out, and he's sort of like banging the side of the cage, and it looks like these two assholes are just bugging the animals.
Marty, can you snap the view to where you were drawn?
Yep.
I'm lost in the infinity.
Look at it do it squawk. I wonder if its feathers are worth anything. Well, yeah, it's probably worth something. They wouldn't have sent us here if it wasn't. Yeah? Well, how do you think we're gonna kill it? I don't know. Just go find a crossbow and do some target practice.
While the conversation is happening,
Yep.
Son maybe stops for like a second. You know, just takes his bow off his shoulder, walks in there.
Okay.
So just, I guess, tell me when he walks in, when they react.
They won't see you. You're invisible.
Yeah, but the opening of the door, or if they hear me.
The door was open, so you just walk.
Oh, it was?
You just
Okay.
walk in.
Then just walk in there, like roughly to this point,
Okay.
and fucking shoot the rat in the face.
Does anyone have see invisibility up?
No.
Okay, so the only person that gets to act in the surprise round is Son, because nobody else sees or knows what he's going to do. You're all kind of sort of loosely collecting yourself in like an invisible group, but yeah, Son's like, fucking. Apparently we hit a nerve with Son. Let's open up the initiative sheet.
Oh yeah, forgot about that.
And just make sure your modifiers are all correct, and I will add these guys to the list.
Yep.
What is our modifier based off again?
Dex plus
Dex.
feats and traits might adjust that as well. All right,
Yeah, mine didn't change.
Bifton is the name of one of them, and Gearigs is the name of another, and then we've got an owlbear and a sick panther. All right, I'm going to grab the random rolls. Random number generator.
Are you trying to get there to be like a voice activated RNG?
Yeah, just.
But it has to be in that accent.
It is what I have trained the Alexa skill to recognize. All right, and
Luke, you're back.
we need initiative modifiers for some of these things.
Oh no. Check.
Okay, there's something weird about the panther. It's like it's got some like a weird brace around its torso. It looks really pissed off though.
To be fair, Panther always looks pissed off.
Yep. It's at a +6, and the owlbear with whatever it can do from its cage is at a +5. The Nizumi is at a +8. And Bifton has a whopping +2. All right, let me resort this. Sorry, I would have had this all queued up, but I helped you guys level instead.
It's cool, Marty. We appreciate you helping us level. This is
Okay,
really-
get this. Son wins initiative. He rolled a 17. which means that he gets to go in the surprise round as a standard action, and then he's first to act in the next round. Okay. So surprise round is a standard action or a move. We'll say that you already took out your bow. You've got your bow in your hand. With a single action, you could fire a single shot or cast a spell or move. What are you doing, San? You said you're firing at the rat guy.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's pretty much what I declared.
Okay. Give me a d20 and add your bonuses.
Yeah, normal arrow. R. Does it coming from surprise do anything?
He has denied his dexterity. He's flat-footed right now. So
Okay.
you are within 30 feet, so point-blank shot applies.
Natural 1.
Natural 1 is a critical miss, potentially. Roll to confirm the critical miss.
2.
So AC 15 hits the back of his armor. Roll percentile as you critical miss with this attack roll. You just got
first in the first round.
Yep.
45.
45. Let me open up the crit chart. This is one where everyone isn't chanting crit chart.
That's not in the standard rule book, right?
Nope.
Is that from a 3.5?
It is a
chart?
custom. It is a custom chart based off of some supplements. So critical miss table 45 is you kind of stubbed your toe in a little bit of a lip in the doorway, and you take 1 point of dex damage.
Permanent?
No, it'll restore over time. You restore ability points at one per day, plus faster with doctoring. And then you attack somebody, so your invisibility goes away. Your arrow kind of went skittering along the floor as you kind of went fuck into the room.
Who the fuck is this?
Hey, yeah, who are you?
Did you just shoot an arrow at me?
They're kind of surprised, and then no one else knew this was coming, so surprise round over, and now it's San's full round attack.
Yeah. So I'm just doing a lot of modifications right now.
Yep. You don't have to do it throughout your sheet, just keep track of it on the side. It's not permanent. It's a wound.
I mean, it doesn't really matter where I do it.
Yeah, but you don't want to have to edit your entire character sheet after.
I'm not replacing.
Okay.
It's additional. Yeah, rapid shot into the rat.
Into the Nizumi?
Yeah.
He is still denied his dexterity because he hasn't acted yet, so his AC is lowered.
Oh, that's some D&D physics there.
Yeah. Well, anything turn-based is... yeah, so... 10... 27...
27 hits.
Plus 10... 25...
Hits. 16 with his armor and some items. His AC is a little bit higher, so that one hits his breastplate.
Okay.
2 hits though, at point blank range. This is gonna hurt.
Yeah. Oh, actually, from point blank, that should be 17.
Give me a second. 5, 6, 7, 8. He has AC 18, flat-footed.
Okay. And I guess here's the one. Are these considered partially human, or is this a completely non-human?
I have lumped all of the anthropomorphic races into one category for the purposes of Bane.
And what is that category?
Inherited races.
Okay. Fair enough. Yeah, then that doesn't apply. What?
Are we underground though?
We're in the building.
We're in a building.
I wasn't sure if we'd gone into like a mountainside.
You know what? If I'm gonna do 50-50. You are kind of in a building underneath. I just describe under a mountain. If I roll a 1, it's enough of underground that it's no. You're in a building.
Well, and also, I don't think that can help me like as far as combat
It would have helped you with your initiative, which you already win.
and stealth.
Okay, I need 2 damages. Go.
Yeah. 2 plus 5. $16 and $18.
Okay, this guy's pretty tough because he takes your 2 arrows that would have felled normal men. Perhaps it's his armor. He is really hurt. 70, 80. He is not bloodied. And comes swinging at you with his heavy flail. His turn. He charges you.
You're gonna pay for that!
+2 for the charge. AC 31.
Oh yeah, that hits.
Okay. The heavy flail hits you, and it bursts with a bunch of cold magic. It does 10 damage. But the flail end, actually, you could see like little snowflakes and bits of ice flying off of it.
Gonna freeze your skull!
He charged and hit you for 10 damage. It is the sick panther, kind of growls from its cage, and it's just basically pacing back and forth. And there's something really weird about the sounds and the weird brace that it's got around its torso. Oogway, I guess we'll back up San. Oogway is going to spend the round, however, casting Cat's Grace on himself, and he'll move up. He's still invisible. He'll move to there. The owlbear is trying to swipe at Biff. You can see through the bars the owlbear is probably attacking just the single square around the cage, but it looks really pissed off. Makranam is sick and just sort of goops off of Zephyrus's shoulder.
I'm just gonna stay right here for a bit. I'm afraid if I move, it's gonna come out.
Bifton draws his great axe.
Hey! Get your own job!
It's a single move. He kind of like is overly cautious at the claws of the owlbear, and double moves up to San. As part of one of his moves, he did take out his great axe.
Don't you know who you're messing with? I'm Boko Haram!
He points at
Yeah.
his...
San says nothing.
He points at his tattoos like they mean something.
Do they?
Something.
Well, like, would San have seen it?
Oh, I got the name wrong. It was Boku Potam is what he said.
I'm Boku Potam!
That makes more sense.
That's a better name.
Do we recognize that as any of the gangs? I mean, we had a pretty decent affiliation with a lot of...
Yeah, I remember these guys. I think.
Boku Potam, yeah, you guys can think about it on your turn. You could do knowledge checks or whatever. It is a thing, but you could think more clearly of it because we're going seconds, second by second. Zephyrus, you're the next to move.
Zephyrus is going to cast Mage Armor on himself.
Okay.
rolled a 1.
And then
He's going to move closer as well. You can do 30, right?
yep.
So he'll move up to the door.
Pharisee.
Pharisee starts up Bard Song. On the pipes.
Hey, what's that tootin'?
And flies in. She's looking for keys or something to release these creatures.
Okay, give me a perception check. DC is 18.
We're going to have to clean this all up so no one will tell. Let's see. Yeah, that should be pretty straightforward. 20 plus 20. 38.
Okay, there's a metal locker directly across the doors that you're in.
Delightful.
Balamut is not in this combat. I will erase him from the initiative. Professor.
Is Branch still around?
Branch, he wandered off.
Fucked off.
Yep.
I threw something in the VC chat with you, Marty, an image file. I will make it appear behind these two guys. It will cut loose pretty
The owlbear?
mighty, screech. The conjuration area is roughly this area we're all hanging out in. I'm gonna have it appear just behind them, and it's gonna like screech in their faces, and hopefully I get like a comedic both of them turn around at once. It's like whoa. Sort of.
All right. The thing is screeching at them. Ah! Yeah, they're very frightened of the owlbear. Perhaps they know what it could do, or they are acting as if it is real. Son.
I'm looking at the owlbear. Looks beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Apparently, the owlbears can turn invisible, and there was one roaming around. It's making this horrible screech. You even hear Oogway go, "Oh!"
Is it more like an owl or a bear? The sound.
It is.
It's got the base of a bear, but it has that high treble screech of like a barn owl.
Is that what that barn owl sound like? Okay. Fucking rapid shot. The rat.
Okay, are you gonna do this? Are you gonna shoot in melee, or are you gonna back off?
Shoot melee.
Okay.
I have point blank shot.
They will get AOs on you.
Point blank shot doesn't cancel that?
You're thinking about point blank master.
Oh, okay. Hold on, let me
You
see
can 5-foot step back and still get your full round attack though.
Does that not
That would
provoke AO?
that would nope.
Wait, why wouldn't it? It is disengagement.
That's not how Pathfinder or 3rd edition worked. 5-foot steps don't incur AOs.
Okay. All right. Yeah, then I guess that's what I do.
Okay.
Step. Cozily into Zephyros. Bump him with my elbow.
Yeah. Who are you firing at?
The rat.
Okay.
Does he get a flanking bonus for this guy believing there's an enemy behind him?
If you wanted the creature to do that, I would say that that's interacting with an enemy and they get their will saves. If you just wanted to sit there and squawk, then no.
I think I wanted to interact.
Okay.
I wanted
All right.
to interact
So it's
first.
kind of swiping at them and it's acting like it's real. Let me do their will saves. First we'll do Biff and then we'll do Gearig's. Biff has not started raging yet. His will save is 15, so he believes it's real. And then Girigs has a +5 as well. 17. They both believe it's real. So yes, Son has got currently a +2 flanking bonus from the illusory owlbear that they think is absolutely real.
Right. So it's +2 for flanking, +1 for point blank,
And then Bard Song is running.
which gives +2.
I believe so. Matt?
Matt, are with us?
Oh, yes. Sorry.
Is Bard Song +2?
Yes,
attack?
it is.
Okay.
+2 attack, +2 to damage.
Okay. 10. So 2 for flanking, 3, 5. So +15. 29.
Yep, strikes the Nezumi.
34.
You don't have improved crit longbow. Okay.
The bow is 20 only. It's X3, but it's 20 only.
Yep.
13.
That last one misses. You're just firing away. 2 hits though on the Mad Nezumi.
Okay, 2d6 +6 and +2 +8. And flanking doesn't do anything for damage, right?
Not with your feats and powers. No.
Okay. 14. 15.
Okay, that first arrow bloodies him. 29 is 50, 63 damage. He is wobbling.
We gotta get out of here, Biff. I've only just started.
Geary's is going to... Oh, I don't know. He's fucking hurt. There's you and a fucking owlbear.
Yeah, he doesn't even know. All the other dudes just hanging out invisible, ready to smash him.
You go right, I'll go left.
And he's going to attempt to... I guess he doesn't need to. You've got your bow out. So he basically goes like this. He incurs an AOO first from Oogway. Oogway is going to slash with his AOOs. He can quick draw his blade as part of an AOO. So his sword comes hammering down. Unfortunately, +4, +17 with Bard Song, +19, +17, 21, flat-footed. He actually hits. He does 1d8 +8 +2 for Cat's Grace +2 for Bard Song. He strikes the Nezumi for 17 damage, which has the Nezumi in this rare state that never happens of 0 hit points.
Delightful.
He appears a katana with like fur and blood on it. He doesn't even have the wherewithal for a quip or anything like that. All he can do is basically move to here. This square that he moved through incurs 2 AOOs. One from San because he has improved unarmed strike, so you can kick and headbutt and knee, and then also one from Zephyros who threatens 10 feet out, and he doesn't even see it. The AOOs are going to happen in order of initiative. And Zephyros, San is first, so you could try to kick him as he's going by.
Yeah, that's fine. So let me look up my unarmed. Does Bard Song apply to AOs?
Yes.
Okay. And okay, yeah. I was going to ask, like, he was effectively between Uguay and me. Does that count as flanking?
Where he you guys you need to be off on this corner to do that, and the
Gotcha.
owlbear doesn't have enough reach to flank, so he
Gotcha.
incurred an AOO as he was leaving that square.
Okay. Plus 15 plus 15. Does Dex affect melee attack?
Nope, this is your melee attack. For you, it's strength.
Alright, 16. But natural 1.
Nat 1, roll to confirm your critical fumble.
9.
Would have hit, so you kind of swipe at him as he's going by. He's sort of stumbling. He actually kind of arched back because he got hit over the back with the katana from Uguay and kind of went stumbling in. And as he's stumbling in, Zephyrus, are you taking your AOO with your scythe?
He is in that magical place that never happens, right?
Yep.
Sure.
He's got arrows sticking out of him, blood pouring out of his armor, and he just got kind of like cleaved open. You're pretty sure he's got a really bad wound across his back the way he's walking on his tippy toes.
Yeah, so I'll take an attack with my scythe. It's a plus 12.
Okay, against the flat-footed foe.
Yeah.
This is a little hard nut that you don't want to be in.
Gee.
AC 14 though.
Plus Bard Song. Bard Song. I did not Bard Song.
Bard Song would be plus 2. His flat-footed AC is 18. He left this square to go to this square, so there was no flank. Had he gone to this square and that square, it would have been.
Okay.
So you hit him right across his breastplate, and he's stumbling, staggered. He looks really confused at what's going on, and that ends his turn because he can only take a move or a standard when you are disabled.
In the provoke, I don't get my second attack in the provoke.
Nope. AOs you get a single attack. The
All right.
the weird panther, I don't know, 1 in 10 chance. It's been battering up against that cage. If I roll a 1, we'll say the cage door is no longer structurally sound. Nope. It head-butted the cage a little bit, like it wants out. Uguay's actual attack is stepping into the foe in front of San a little bit to protect the archer. Matt, can you give me 2 attack rolls for him? Just 2 d20s. I'll add the bonus.
Yeah. Ha! Pair of 5s, baby.
16, 17, 18 is a miss, and then his second attack is a miss. So his katana now out, swipes twice, and against this is Biff. Give me a second. His AC is different. His AC is Rage-a-Hall AC. He hit once for 1d8 plus 10.
Wait. They're both the same number. Oh, but the sequence.
Yeah, the first one is a higher bonus.
Yeah.
1d8 plus 10. 18 damage. Ooh. He opens up a big wound with his katana out. The owlbear. It's trying to grab Biff. And it's talking to the other owlbear. Like squawking at it, and the claws are coming out. You're pretty sure if Biff just took a nice 5-foot step back that he'd be in clawing range from the owlbear. Makronom's belly aching out in the hallway. Biff is going to first 5-foot step to get away from that owlbear. He's going to attempt a cleave attack. So he's going to attack Uguay and San with the same attack. I believe that's how it's been so long.
It's like that, but at -4 or something.
As a standard action, you take a single melee attack at your full base attack bonus against a foe within your reach. If you hit, you deal damage, and you can make an additional attack against the foe adjacent. So he's going to rage, and then he's going to try to put his axe through Oogway into San.
Does Biff not provoke from Zephyros by moving there?
He 5-foot stepped, so no.
Oh, okay.
AC 30 on San.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay, for 14 damage. And he carries through to... oh, sorry, that was Oogway AC 30 and then San AC 29, so they both hit.
Yeah.
14 damage on Oogway and 19 damage on San. And then as a move action, he doesn't do anything because he took a 5-foot step, and that ends all of his moving around for the turn. He's just yelling and spitting. Zephyros, your attack.
I'm just checking. I can use an arcane point to give me a bonus on my rolls, right?
Yep, to hit.
And every arcane point gives me my int modifier. I think.
Yep.
I'm just not finding it in my sheets. Okay. So I am going to use an arcane point to get plus. What is my int modifier? Plus 8? Yeah, plus 8.
8?
Yeah.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah. So plus 8 for one arcane point. Plus my plus 12 scythe. And I'm also going to cast Shocking Grasp into my scythe.
Okay, so you're using Spell Strike
Yes.
to put your Shocking Grasp into your scythe, and then you're going to attack which one? Biff or Geary?
I'm gonna do Biff.
Okay.
So Biff is going to get hit with a plus 20 roll. So it's 12 plus 8 for my arcane points is 20 plus 2 for Bard Song.
Yep.
So it's plus 22.
Okay, Biff's AC right now is 15.
So just don't critical fail. All right, 40 will do.
Wham! Your huge scythe comes down and electrocutes Biff. It also cuts him open. Your threshing scythe is teaching this bully a lesson.
All right, so my damage is going to be 2d6 plus 5d6 for the Shocking Grasp, so that's 7d6, plus 1d6 Necromantic, so that's 8d6, plus 11 normally, plus 4 for Evocation, so it's 8d6 plus 15.
Plus 2 for Bard Song.
So it's 8d6 plus 17. Does that sound about right?
That sounds
right.
disgustingly right.
All right. So that's 42 damage.
42 damage to the raging
That's a pretty crappy roll. but
Gif.
yeah.
He is bloodied from that attack. Give me a second. 90.
I haven't critted anything.
Where did you come from?
Pharisee.
Yes. Pharisee is going to linger the Bard Song. So 2 rounds of that'll kind of continue, but she's not going to spend anything on it. And fly over to the cabinet.
Okay. How much movement did it take to get there? Double move?
50.
Okay.
So that's a double move.
You do see. Let's see. One, it was locked and it's now broken. Two, there are picks in the lock, and they're in the process of it. And then 3, or even a key, like there's something in the lock, and then 3 is just locked. So you could see that they were fucking around with it. It does look like neither of these guys had very much finesse. You see what looks like a big iron nail and a bunch of like a ring of broken iron nails kind of all around it, and a couple of hammers and like a crowbar. It looks the box is all bent and kind of like partially broken open, like they were in the process of trying to get at these keys, and then got bored when they didn't make entirely enough progress.
Sorry, Marty, I just need to ask a question quickly.
Yep.
I rolled an 18
Mm-hmm.
on my d20, and Spell Strike says this attack uses the weapon's critical range 20, 19 to 20, or 18 to 20. Does that mean there's something for us to do there?
Does the scythe crit on 18s?
No, the scythe crits on 20s, but it does ×4 damage. Is that just giving an example, or?
I don't know. That's just what it says under Spell Strike on my sheet. Not sure what that means.
Yeah, 20, 19, 20, or 18, 20, and modified by the keen weapon property. Yeah, it's just saying you use your weapon's crit range.
Okay, cool. Okay.
Yeah. They were giving examples. No problem. Fair to say. So you flutter over and you're like, it looks like they were in the middle of it, got bored, and then started poking the animals. Pixel says, I can get in there. Like, one of the doors is bent enough that there is a small gap that she might be able to like wiggle her way into.
See if you can find a key in there and pass it out.
Okay. On her turn, she's going to escape artist into the locked box. DC 15.
Let's see. I've got her.
She could fit her head through. She could fit her head through the opening, so therefore she can DC 15 her way in.
Squeeze on in there.
Yep.
13.
Okay, so she makes no progress this round.
Stuck.
No, she's not stuck. She's like, can't quite get in. Professor, what are you doing with your squawking bird?
Oh no, everyone watch out for the scary owl bear. Oh. The professor will sort of mumble to himself in the crawling hand as this thing advances on Bifton and is going to go after his legs and try and do the illusion equivalent of a grapple. I want Bifton to, if he tries to run away in the next round, him think he has to extract himself from this owlbear.
Okay, so the owlbear is like making these sharp beak-like attacks at Bifton's feet. All right, go. Okay, so it's just doing that. It doesn't actually make attacks. So
yeah, it doesn't. Yeah.
Okay. Professor, were you concentrating on that, or was the hand?
I'm concentrating on it. The professor's kind of holding back with the firepower on this one and just watching.
Okay. Son, you are threatened by Bifton. You are threatened by Gearigs, although he looks like he's like about to pass out from blood loss.
Can I have the frilled surprise attack first, and then decide what I do?
Yes. Given that the frilled surprise is not your animal companion, you do have to like handle it to attack. So you have to give it a command to attack. That would be a move action to do so.
Right.
We also said we could do it at penalties. With a -4, you could do it as like a free action.
And this is a penalty on handle animal check.
Correct.
Okay. Then at a penalty, I'm gonna try and wave it like, "Hey, attack the Gearigs."
Okay.
Although I don't know the name, but
Yeah, you like attack that thing.
yeah. Does Bard Song do anything?
Not this variant of Bard Song. 24 is like a boss. You're like, you do that sort of like finger whistle, and the frilled surprise comes fluttering in, and it's going to try to shock the guy with 0 hit points left. Let's see, shocking. Does frilled surprise have it? Yeah, he's going to attack. So he is going to do a shock. He delivers an electrical shock to a single opponent within 5 feet. It does D8 damage, reflex half. Give me a D8, please.
3.
Okay, well, This creature makes the reflex save. 3 becomes 1 non-lethal, which is enough to knock the creature out.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
He falls over in his armor. Crunch. His cold flanged heavy flail comes clanging to the ground.
Yeah. Son is pretty badly hurt. Otherwise, he would, acknowledge that.
Hey, why don't you attack them, you stupid animals?
Who's he talking to?
He's talking to the lizard that came over and.
Oh, right. Yeah. Did you say animals?
Yeah, he's complaining while in his stupid rage that the animals are attacking them and not you guys.
That's fair.
Life isn't fair,
yeah.
man. Life isn't fair.
5-foot step back to here.
Okay.
Or it's not back, but it's a 5-foot step.
Yep.
And rapid shot at Bifton.
Okay. Firing over Uguay's shoulders.
Yeah. Or like between his legs, whatever.
Sure.
Hold up. 10, 12. Or 13, I guess.
A raging Bifton has a AC of 15.
17.
You hit him in his kneecap.
16.
And then you hit his skull, kind of underneath his ear.
13.
That one, his armor finally absorbs. It's kind of sticking out of the middle of his breastplate, his cured leather breastplate.
2d6 plus 7. Wait, no, plus 2 damage from
Bartza.
then plus 8. 2d6 plus 8, 16.
Okay, he is hurt. And then another 17, 80, 93 damage. He's still going. His breaths are labored. Geary's is unconscious. The sick panther. Oh, that thing's angry. It is. Rolls a 1. It just simply gets out of its cage and kind of lopes onto the ground, and Pharisee, you can see it almost like it's stealthing. Oh, there's something wrong with it, Pharisee. It's got 6 legs.
Ooh.
And
does it look like a type of creature I may have heard of?
You thought it was sick, like it was missing some body fat. Well, it is, but it's really wiry muscles, and the strange harness around its body looks like the harness is pinning back what look like 2 tentacles with all sorts of barbs coming out of them, and like this harness, it has got them all wrapped up, but you can see they're kind of twitching a little bit. It is looking around the battlefield like it's smart.
Oh.
And I'm going to go grab a book off the shelf in a moment. But that's what the sick panther did. Uguay. Uguay is going to...
The crowd loves the gurgle.
the gurgle noise. I've got lots of noises. My favorite one lately is the wind tunnel or the crack in the crack in the window.
Oh, that's a good one.
Okay, Uguay, I need 2 attacks. Give me a... let's let Luke do this one. He's going to use Piranha Strike. He is not going to... he'll use Piranha Strike. Plus 13, plus 8.
Here we go.
With a flash of his katana. Critical threat. Roll to confirm the critical.
Ooh.
21 is a critical hit. Give me a percentile. Chart.
Sure. 80.
80 is an amazing critical, which means +1 critical multiplier. So instead of ×2 damage, he does ×3 damage. So he's doing 3d8 plus 39.
That should bring him down.
That's
3d8 plus
significant.
39, is that what you said?
Yep.
50.
He one-hands across Bifton's neck as he kind of stylishly 5-foot steps. 54 puts Bifton at... well, it drops him below his rage hit points and then puts him at -51. So at -51, Oogway took off Bifton's head.
Wow.
He turns around as the body kind of falls backwards and the head rolls sort of towards the owlbear with a squawk. You do notice that this owlbear has tried to touch the other owlbear, and he gets its will save. But it fails. It thinks it's an owlbear, and it's squawking at the other one. Makronums.
Is everything okay in there?
And Professor, you can hear like this weird swooshing gurgling, like it's like plumbing. Deep within Makronam is moving large quantities of liquid. Bifton is dead. I'm just going to remove him from the initiative sheet. Zephyros.
This guy that's next to me, can I just kill him? Get it done with?
The guy is on the ground?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can coup de grace him.
Yeah, let's do that.
Describe how you kill him.
He's really hurt, so I might just take the bottom of my staff and push it through him. No,
Okay.
I'm joking. I'll take my side and I'll just chop his head.
Okay, so you add a head to the pile because your crit weapon does ×4 crit damage. So your bonus was something like 13. So just the bonus without dice itself is 26, 50, 52 damage. And he doesn't have 52 hit points. So there are 2 heads and 2 headless bodies on the field of battle as you take a full round action to coup de grace. Pharisee, with your lingering bard song, there's an annoyed sniff, almost like a sneeze from the sick panther that can hear your lingering bard song in your direction, like it doesn't like the noise. Pixel is a big scary cat.
I think you're safer inside than outside.
She's gonna spend her round trying to wiggle in with her escape artist check, DC 15. Okay, she's inside the box with a move. There are lots of keys in here. 3 of them.
Let's push them all out.
Okay, so she moves in and she basically collects the keys this round.
I'm gonna
Pharisee,
move-
however, with your
move.
lingering the lingering piping noise.
20 feet out. Well, actually, I'm going to move over to here. And is this door open?
This door is there. It is ajar. It looks like this might be where the Boku Potamu warriors came in.
Okay. And I'm going to shout, Kitty looks hungry. Best time to leave, I think? and then I'm going to sneak back towards the cabinet.
Okay. Professor.
I saw this whole cat thing happen. The door opened and it walked out, right?
Yeah, it kind of slinked down. It's almost like it's taking cover or hiding behind like the slight platform of this next cage.
He literally doesn't have line of sight.
Oh, wait. Sorry, I wasn't zoomed out. No, you did not see what happened with the cat.
I see these guys are dead though, and I want to get away from Mockernom a little bit because he seems like he's very sick and infected, and I don't want to be near that. Keep it together, Mockernom. When I come up here, do I see the cat?
Yeah, you were the only one that didn't see the cat. You and Makranam, so it was actually stealthing. It failed its stealth because the rest of you saw it stealthing, but Professor and Makranam didn't. So give me a second. I'm just going to grab a book from my shelf. If you saw what I was grabbing, it would be too much of a hint.
I'll also say something like, "Oh, I see you made short work of those two rapscallions."
Give me your perception check, though.
Who are you saying that to?
I mean, just the party.
Ah,
Just kind of like, got him.
When
so Ferris
hears
is just turning
short
inside.
word-
He's just looking at the blood.
When the song hears
Oh,
short
you saw it.
word,
You saw it.
like the
I saw it.
on
Yep.
understand.
Your perception.
It got a shitty. It rolled 12 on its stealth.
Oh, big kitty. Ooh. I will say as I silently cast audio-visual hallucination, I'll throw one into it to increase the DC. Yeah, and I am going to make a mirror image of that creature, probably unbound from all the harnesses keeping its tentacles back and stuff. And I'm going to make it appear to this creature as, I don't know, maybe one of its own kind that it, like, grew up with, someone it's familiar with and has, like, a friendship, if this creature has friendship, or a pack or familial bond of some kind.
Okay. Does it sees it, right? No one else does?
It's a phantasm, so I mean, I guess see it in my mind's eye, but nobody else I think sees it.
Okay. And this thing gets a will save?
Yeah, it's will save to disbelieve. SR as well. One creature per level, no two of which can be more than 30 feet apart.
Does 14 make it?
No.
Okay, so you can hear it going like it's like really surprised.
And I will say, in its head, in whatever this thing is equivalent of speech is. Oh, I want it to be like in between us and it.
It just sees a phantom, so sure.
Doesn't it see?
What's the spell?
Audiovisual hallucination. It functions as auditory hallucination, except that you can include the image of an object, creature, or force you imagine or identify for the targets to imagine. You can move the image while you concentrate.
Oh,
After
okay. All right. So yeah.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have it say to it with the auditory aspect of it that I'm sorry to disturb you. It seems my companions here have stumbled into your predicament. This may be a bit confusing, but please do not attack them.
It speaks back in common. It says,
You freed me.
Yes, you are free now. These others won't disturb you. They are just passing travelers. Much used to cages, like yourself.
No wizard will have me.
No. None of these are even interested, I assure you. You can move along freely. They will not bother you.
Wait, is this conversation like in trade common that
Uh,
everyone can understand?
The fucking panther is speaking common, and you guys only hear the side that Marty spoke.
Right.
I'll under my breath to everybody play cool. I'm trying to get it to just walk away.
Son is really tempted to do some like animal handling, but he also understands that this is clearly not an animal. So he's like torn between worlds, but he